What's up, guys? Let me set up my podcast real quick. Okay, I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's get it, guys. Let's go. Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric. Hold on, my thing's way too loud. Now it wants to work. Okay, let me see if that works. Hold on, that's too low. Okay, welcome back, guys. This is Eric, free NBA daily bets. Shoot, let me start the podcast over. My fault, guys. My fault. My fault. My fault. My fault. I don't know what's going on with my microphone. Okay, let's try this again. All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Eric, free NBA daily bets podcast, and I'm live on YouTube. So let's get going. All right, first game up for Saturday. We've got the Miami Heat at the Atlanta Hawks. See, Miami just won on the buzzer beater from Tyler Hero at Orlando. They got their revenge, twice revenge. And they had to come back from a large first quarter, first half deficit as well. So they've won two in a row. They do play Sunday at Houston. So first game of a back-to-back for them. Let's see if our boy Jimmy Butler is going to play today. Looks like he's out. Terry Rozier is questionable. And Nikola Jovic, he is also questionable. No, Terry Rozier is probable, and Jovic is questionable, and Jimmy Butler is out. So let's take a look at Atlanta here. Let's see what's going on with Atlanta. See what kind of situation they're in. I know they just came back. Man, and I'm sorry, guys. If you had the Bulls the other night, like, I'm really sorry. That was an awful beat, like a really awful beat. I mean, my goodness, the Bulls were up like 21 at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and they lost by 8. And the Bulls line was like as high as like +6.5, +7 maybe. And they ended up losing. So for the Hawks, let's see here. For the Hawks, this is the first of the back-to-back. They're at Toronto. Season series, this is the first meeting between these divisional opponents. So that's interesting. So both teams off 2 wins. Trae Young looks to be questionable. Is that the case? Let me see here. He's questionable due to his, it's a right heel contusion now. Okay. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's questionable. He missed the last game, and Okongwu is out. So nothing too crazy there. So both teams in identical situations, coming off 2 wins, front game of a back-to-back, first meeting of the year, really no revenge or anything. With that said, I mean, both teams are off wins, right? I like Atlanta. Let me see what the line is. It's Atlanta -2.5. That feels right to me. As in there's value to bet that. And I mean, it's just simple. The Heat, I don't know. I like the Hawks. When they catch a little bit of rhythm, they really get it going. And no huge look ahead spot for either of these teams. So this is a focus spot for them at home. I like the Hawks to come out and win, start to finish. So first quarter, first half, full game. That's the only way I could look. The over-under is at 226. And first game of a back-to-back, I lean under there. I know Atlanta's a heavy over team, but then at the same token, Miami is an under team. I'm pretty sure about that this year. No, they're 15-13 to the over. And then Atlanta's 20-11 to the over, 64%. So I kind of like that under a lot. Under 2, what is it? 226? like a 115, 110 game, something like that. Atlanta pulls it out 115, 110. A little bit of intensity here. I like that, guys. I do like that under there. I do like that under. 3 o'clock game tomorrow, too. 3 o'clock Eastern tip off for that game. So I like that. I like the Hawks there, guys. That feels right. That feels right. Okay. Next game up, we got the Oklahoma City Thunder at the Charlotte Hornets. Hornets are on my shit list right now. Let's take a look at the Thunder. I know they came back and they beat the Pacers. They were down. That was a good. I mean, they're a good team. And see, like, okay, so this is the thing, guys, with the NBA, and this is every season, and I'm like mad at myself during this awful stretch um, that I haven't, you know, stuck to this to what I know. There's only a couple teams that just bring their game every single night, and that's Cleveland, that's Memphis, that is Oklahoma City. Like those three teams, you can count on like 95% of the time, 90% of the time, they're going to come out and they're going to give their A game. And they're going to compete hard as crap. And like you love that. As a sports bettor, that's all you're looking for. You're looking for guys that are going to go out and play hard from the jump every night, no matter what the game situation is. So Oklahoma City has won 4 in a row since they lost in the NBA Cup championship. This is the front of a back-to-back. They have a much more meaningful game at home against Memphis, and that's big time because I think Memphis is still the second best team in the West. Let me take a look at that. Let me see if that's still true. Yeah, Memphis. Yeah, so that's an important game on Sunday, guys, for the Thunder. Let's take a look at the injury report for the Thunder. Man, I don't want to bet the Hornets, guys, but I'm telling you, this is the right spot for the Hornets. I'm just like these freaking teams are so annoying, man. Like the Hornets, like they're just a bunch of like a lot of them just don't give a fuck. Just straight up, they just don't give a fuck. Let's see. Case and Wallace is out. Oh, Lou Dort's out, and Caruso's out. Oh, they're kind of waving the white flag here. Oh, they're waving the white flag here, guys. Oh my gosh, I don't want to bet Charlotte, but I'm trusting. I'm trusting myself. I'm trusting my reads through this like awful NBA betting stretch, guys. Um, so they're gonna have their best 3 players though: SGA, Jalen Williams, and Isaiah Hardenstein. They'll have them out there. So okay, let's see now for Charlotte. I mean, guys, I don't know what the line is. I haven't looked at the lines yet, but this is a Charlotte spot, guys. I hope this line is like over 10 points. It should be. They've lost 6 in a row. They just lost by 3 at Washington after they were up by like 1 point late at Washington in revenge to Washington. They haven't won a game since December 8th. Before that, November 21st. I mean, yeah, they've had some injuries. Their next game is Monday against the Bulls at home. So they're home. Let's see if Brandon Miller's going to play here. Oh, damn. LaMelo is questionable. Brandon Miller is questionable. Why? How come the Charlotte? Every time I look up Charlotte's injury reports, I can't see what's going on. It looks like LaMelo and Brandon Miller are questionable. So, I mean, I want both of them in, honestly. The line is plus 12 and a half. I can only look the Hornets. Only look the Hornets. The over unders 217. It's kind of a tricky over under to me just because I know OKC plays defense and then Hornets do play to a slower pace. So like Hornets play slow, Thunder play defense. Like you would think under, but then I don't know. Sometimes the Hornets just don't give a f, and like opposing teams put up 120, and then it drives it over the total. So I'll probably stay off of that over under, but man, I can only look Hornets plus 12 and a half. Like it would. I need to see what's going on with LaMelo and Brandon Miller for sure. Um, yeah, that I need to see what's going on there, guys. Okay, next game up. See if anybody's in the chat. Nobody's in the chat with me. That's cool. That's cool. Next game up, we got the New York Knicks at the Washington Wizards. The Knicks played tonight against the Magic, and they won going away late. I think they lost the first quarter and the first half spread. These two teams play again on Monday, the Wizards and the Knicks in Washington, D.C. So the Knicks are chilling in the nation's capital for a little while. Let's see here. Damn, Mikal Bridges played 44 minutes. Jeez, Thibodeau or Thibs. Tom Thibodeau, right? Yeah, Thibodeau. 37 minutes. Brunson, 38 minutes. Josh Hart, 33 minutes. Karl-Anthony Towns, 28 minutes. Anunoby. We'll see what happens with this injury report. Usually everybody plays for the Knicks, and this is kind of the I figured the Knicks out, guys. So like for those of y'all that have not figured out the Knicks, like they win a lot of games, but like they've only lost 2 games in a row once all season. But the thing is, they don't get up against the lesser competition. They don't. They don't start fast against lesser competition. They don't start fast against teams that are motivated. And so, like, what do we see the last 2 games? San Antonio at home, they didn't really respect them. They were off a big win on a winning streak. They're like, whatever, Kind of same thing with Orlando tonight. They were better than them. They knew they were. They started slow, but they still covered the full game spread. Excuse me. And so it's hard to bet. It's hard to back Washington, guys. I mean, trust me, I get it. I totally get it. Let's see what's going on with Washington real quick. I mean, they just won against Charlotte, like I said. They've won 2. Well, 2 games against Charlotte. That's who they've beaten. They're the Wizards, guys. They're the Wizards. Let's take a look at their depth chart. Jordan Poole's on the injury report. If Jordan Poole doesn't play, he's questionable. Dang. If Jordan Poole doesn't play, I don't care who's playing for the Wizards. I am not looking to back them whatsoever. At all, guys. At all. Okay, let's take a look at this line. Plus 12. Over unders at 229, 230. It's crazy. The Wizards don't play any defense, but they can't shoot, so it's kind of hard to like look at their over unders. Gosh, guys, I'm gonna pass on this game. I would lean Knicks minus 12, especially if Jordan Poole doesn't play. Over under, I would lean under, but I don't feel great about that. And just who gives a crap about that game, man? The Wizards are the most annoying team in the NBA to watch, to sports bet, because it's like, yeah, you can fade them all the time, but at the same time, maybe I'm just overthinking it. Just keep fading the Wizards, guys. Just keep fading them. Like, they suck. Just keep fading them, make money. Okay, next game up, we got the Milwaukee Bucks at the Chicago Bulls. And I already know I can only look towards Chicago because these 2 teams just played. I think this is the 4th and final meeting between Chicago. Chicago is no. Milwaukee's 2-1 against Chicago, but Milwaukee's off a really bad loss to Brooklyn at home. They play at Indiana on Tuesday, so they have 2 days off here. I know Giannis and Damian Lillard missed the last game. So, oh boy, they got everybody on. Oh, are they already saying Damian and Giannis are out for this game? Let me see. Dang. No, he's questionable. Giannis is questionable with the NBA illness, and same with Damian Lillard with the NBA illness. So they're questionable. But both of them missed the game the last time these two played, and Milwaukee took care of them start to finish. So I don't like that they're off a loss. It's really annoying. I wish they had beaten the Nets. Then this game wouldn't be such a huge kind of bounce back spot. Let's take a look at Chicago with their injury. I know Josh Giddey and Lonzo Ball missed the last game. Ayo Dosunmu's on the injury report as well. Let's take a look here. Giddey is still questionable with his ankle injury. Oh, Dosunmu's doubtful. Lonzo Ball is questionable with an illness. So, oh, and then Matas Buzelis, the rookie, he's questionable as well. So, they just lost a kind of a heartbreaking game at Atlanta when they really should have won that game. They've lost 3 in a row. Their next game is Monday at Charlotte. So, they should be focused for this one. They just lost to this team. Let's see what the spread is. A pick 'em? What the heck? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, guys. This is just like. Oh, I hate when I see a team that I want to bet and I just feel like I'm getting no value with them. Like, I mean, we'll see. If Giannis ends up playing, this spread will go up. If Lillard plays, it will go up. But I can only look Chicago, but I I don't feel great about it, guys. And honestly, I would bet Chicago first quarter, first half. They should be the more. I don't know if they're the more because the Bucks are off a loss too. I hate that the Bucks are off a loss because this is the thing, guys. This is the NBA for a vast majority of the NBA. If you're off a loss, you're going to be motivated. If you just lost to this team before a couple times, you're going to be motivated. The only thing that trumps that is if your personnel and the players that you have playing are just so god awful that they just can't match the other team's intensity. But sometimes the opposing team knows that you have like backups in and they're still not motivated. Like these mentally soft NBA teams, guys, like super mentally soft. And it's like for example to yesterday's games, the Spurs and the Nets. The Nets had a bunch of backups in. Spurs should have blown them out in the first quarter. They were down 22-11 in the first quarter. Came back in the second quarter, still tied at the end of the second quarter halftime. Like ended up covering the full game spread because they're like, oh crap, we need to start playing better. Like that's how soft these guys are, like mentally. Like go out, handle your business, and smoke these guys on the second night of back to back. But it doesn't happen, and that's what makes betting the NBA really, really tricky. And this Milwaukee Bucks and Chicago Bulls game, it's tricky. I'm telling you, it's a bowl spot, but the Bucks are off of a loss. A whole bunch of injury stuff going on. Over unders at 228. See what that last game was. It was an under game last game. I would look to bet under again, especially if Giannis and Lillard do not play. I would look to bet the under. Let's keep it moving here. All right, next game up, we have the Phoenix Suns at the Golden State Warriors. Both teams are playing right now as I'm doing this podcast. So I can't really check the minutes logged. Phoenix, they're bullshitting around. So annoying. They're at home losing by 9 points to the Mavericks, and the Mavericks have no Lively and no Luka Doncic, and they're just like, whatever, screw it. And the Warriors are down 6 at halftime to the Clippers. Nothing too surprising there in that game. So, if both teams lose, I mean, we'll see. I know Curry's going to play in this game against Phoenix. So, and then for Phoenix, they play Tuesday at home against Memphis. So, I mean, Phoenix is just in awful form, guys. Like, even right now, like maybe they squeak out this win tonight. Maybe they do, but I mean, they are in awful form. And I'm like kicking myself that I freaking bet this stupid team tonight. Um, Devin Booker's out another 2 games, so he won't play in this game. Grayson Allen, he might not play, and it is the second night of a back-to-back for the Phoenix Suns. So, and they're going to be on the road. I mean, there's travel for Golden State tonight too. Like they'll have to travel back home, but I can only look Golden State in this game because Golden State's in awful form right now. I mean, both these teams are in awful form, so both these teams should be motivated. But this is a Golden State Warriors spot, guys. It just is. They played once already this year, and Golden State lost by 8 at Phoenix. I mean, if they lose to the Clippers, which I think they will, they'll lose 3 in a row. Then they got the Cavaliers on Monday at home. They'll start a 6-game homestand. See what the line is. It's -6 Warriors. I mean, I'll see where that settles out at. Durant usually plays on these back-to-backs, so let's just hope the Suns rally and they win this game against the Mavericks, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So yeah, I can only look Warriors, guys. Over unders at 220. Both teams on a back-to-back. I look to bet the over there. I kind of like that over. I'm gonna mark that down. Golden State, Phoenix over 220. Both teams on a back-to-back. Curry's coming back. Just have to see if Durant will play. He usually does, but we'll see, guys. We'll see. Okay, like 3 more games left, guys. If you're still listening, drop a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, drop a comment. I appreciate all the engagement. It really helps me get my message out there, even though I am like awful right now. But I'm taking this as a in stride right now. I've managed my bankroll appropriately throughout this awful stretch, and so like I'm still good. I got money in the game to keep playing and get myself out of this. So that's what my intentions are to do, guys. That's what my intentions are to do. So let's look at the next game. We got Detroit Pistons at the Denver Nuggets. Denver's playing right now. They're getting throttled by the Cleveland Cavaliers by 20. Detroit is hot. They've won 3 in a row, all on the road. This is their last game of the road trip. They'll play Wednesday at home, New Year's Day against Orlando at home. They were really getting waxed at Sacramento, and Sacramento just fell apart. So everyone's good to go except for Isaiah Stewart on the injury report for our boys from Detroit. Denver, they're in bad form right now, guys. They've lost 2 in a row, and then they'll be at Utah on Monday. I expect them to bounce back here. Let's take a look at what's going on with the minutes. I mean, I'm sure Malone just sits them. I mean, there's no point to play them anymore here. Jokic is 31 minutes. Porter Jr. 27. Jamal Murray 35. Jamal Murray is questionable to start the game. I mean, we need to see what's going on with Denver's injury, guys. We need to see if like usually Jokic plays. We need to see if Murray plays. See what the line is right now. See if they have a line out on it. All right, the line is -5.5 to the Nuggets. I mean, I got to see if Jokic and Jamal Murray play. If they both play and everybody plays, I do like the Nuggets, even on a back-to-back. Hopefully, they don't play too many minutes tonight in the loss. And the Pistons have just they're riding just a little too high, and that's what I'm saying. Like yeah, you want to ride teams when they're streaking like this, but at the same time, Nuggets pissed off. Like I can only look Nuggets with the motivation. Over unders 229. I like the under 229 and a half. I do like that too, guys. So okay, 3 games left on the card. Next game up, we got the Philadelphia 76ers at the Utah Jazz. See, this must be the start of a road trip for Philly. It is out west. They're out west for 4 games, and then they'll come back Monday, January 6th. So they're out for a while. They've won 2 games, looked really, really nice. Let's see the injury situation. Looks like Embiid's questionable, Eric Gordon's questionable, KJ Martin's out, Andre Drummond's questionable. So we'll see what happens there. Utah, they always have people on their injury report. Let's see what's going on. Keontae George, John Collins, and Jordan Clarkson. They're all questionable. So they all missed the last game. I would think that they play, but who really knows, guys? Who really knows? They've lost 2 in a row. This is their first game home since they lost to Phoenix. They do play hard at home, and I do think Philadelphia overlooks them here. Let's see what the line is. +7 for Utah. And it's crazy, guys. Like with like how bad Utah is, I feel like this line should be like +10. Really, it should be like +10. But for some reason, they're giving Utah respect at home. I could still, I think I can only look Utah +7. 76ers like to play slow. Over unders 225. I lean under 225. Even with the Jazz at home, like the 76ers just play slow. I don't know. Maybe an over spot there. It might be an over spot, guys. It might be a good over spot there. So I don't know. I lean Jazz +7, guys. I do. Okay, last 2 games up. We've got Dallas at Portland. Dallas looks like they're going to win at Phoenix tonight. Let's take a look at the minute report. Kyrie Irving's playing a lot of minutes right now. He's up to 35 already. He'll be up to like 40 minutes by the end of this game. Everybody else is going to be below 32 minutes, so that's good, or 30 minutes. So not heavy injury stuff there. But I don't know if Kyrie Irving plays in this game because it's Portland, guys. Like who cares about Portland? Like they were pretty much fully healthy against the Utah Jazz without like 3 players from the Utah Jazz. And they barely won that game. They had to come back and win. So it's really freaking annoying, man. Portland's just one of those shitty ass teams. Like they're just shit. Like it's hard to bet them. You have no idea when to bet them. Let's take a look at the spread. It's Mavericks -4. Honestly, the play is probably the Portland Trailblazers. It's probably bet Portland here, but I can't do it. They just lost to Dallas by like 20 points 2 days ago or 4 days ago, something like that. And they lost to Dallas already on December 1st. They lost to Dallas 2 times in a row. But like this Trailblazers team just doesn't give an F. So like I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's all depending on Kyrie. If Kyrie does not play, I'll probably bet the Trailblazers and I'll just like give them one more chance. But man, it's tough. It's tough, guys. It's tough. Okay. Last game up. Oh my gosh, this freaking team. Oh, Sacramento Kings, guys. Man, I just like every time I see a team that's like costing me money, I'm just like so annoyed. So they fired Mike Brown, their head coach, today. They're on a 5-game losing streak. I don't even know who the interim head coach is. Everybody should be good to go except Sabonis should be questionable. He missed the last game. Yeah, he's still questionable. And then the Lakers, they should have everybody there, guys. Rui Hachimura, LeBron James, D'Angelo Russell, and Anthony Davis. Let's see. Rui, LeBron, and Anthony Davis are questionable. D'Angelo Russell is probable. But they're always on there, and usually most of them play. So I know the Lakers have beaten this team, 3 times already this season? Yeah. So this is the final meeting between these teams, but it's just like the way that Mike Brown got fired apparently was by phone on the way to the airport to leave to Los Angeles tonight. And so I really I don't know how this team's going to handle it, guys. They might lose again to the Lakers, and there's already a little bit of money on the Lakers at -3 at some books. And I think I can only look the Lakers, guys. I don't. I mean, usually like when a coach gets fired, a team plays really hard, but just the way that it happened, and just like I don't think the Kings wanted him fired per se. I think it's like going to be, I don't know, like kind of like they look kind of shell shocked tomorrow. Honestly, now the Lakers are coming off like just a really nice win on Christmas Day against the Warriors. They're like at home. Like, can we trust them to give a good effort off of a good win? I don't know. I'm gonna stay off of that game, guys, just because I can't judge these weak-minded NBA players like motivation. So um, that's the show, guys. I appreciate y'all watching on YouTube and listening on the podcast. And I will see you on the next show.